Hey everyone, another filling in review, this time of the movie Black Mass, and well, again, Fantastic Four, really bad movie, so I really needed to see a good movie for a change, aside from Ant-Man, of course. Black Mass was a really, really surprising movie. Probably because of the fact, I like Johnny Depp. I like Johnny Depp's movies. But of course, things have been taking a bit of a downturn for him for a while, and I didn't see Mordecai, but I kept hearing really bad things, and he started out bad in 2015 with Mordecai, I guess, but he is come out strong with Black Mass. This movie was really, I wouldn't say it was the best movie I've seen in 2015, but it was a really good movie, and probably the best Johnny Depp movie that I've seen in years. I have not seen, I haven't seen a couple of Johnny Depp movies in the past couple of years. I haven't seen Pirates 4, which, to quote on his trailers, wait, they made a fourth one? Dang. And of course they're making a fifth one. I didn't see that, but I hear okay things on that one. I didn't see Into the Woods. I didn't see The Lone Ranger. I saw parts of Lone Ranger, and I thought it was okay. I just think the hate towards it is a bit extreme. A bit overrated. And and of course, again, I didn't see Mordecai, but honestly, I don't think anyone saw Mordecai. So, yeah. Black Mask, I think, has proven to be a really good sort of comeback movie. Maybe not exactly a comeback movie, maybe just a resurgence for Johnny Depp again. Because it's like this: Johnny Depp and Nicolas Cage are a lot alike. They started out small, then built themselves up to be charismatic character actors who play out of this world yet sort of down to earth characters. But then, and also, to quote Cinema Snob, they both have recurring nightmares of Jerry Bruckheimer. Sorry, but whereas Nicolas Cage has kind of been going like, is that about right, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Depp has sort of been like, over the past couple years, Johnny Depp is sort of like, woo! Avoided the explosion there. But yeah. Now, I don't know too much about the story of Whitey Bulger. I don't know how much of this movie is true or how much of it is based on true events, but Whitey Bulger, as I understand, is a real person, a real figure, and he was a big crime boss back in the day. And he did serve as the basis of sorts for Jack Nicholson's character Frank Costello in The Departed, though as others have pointed out, The Departed is also more of an American version of the Japanese movie Infernal Affairs. But still, Whitey Bulger, I guess, again, I don't know too much about the guy, aside from what I've looked up and what I know, what he served as the basis for in some entertainment mediums, but I guess he was a pretty big guy, and and the alliance that he had with the FBI, that was pretty big too. I'm not trying to downplay it or anything. I only know from what I hear. That's about it. But that shouldn't exactly judge the outlook of the movie. Really, looking at the movie in and of itself, it's not trying. I would say that the movie I wouldn't call the movie a landmark in the crime genre of film, or true crime, however you want to call it. I wouldn't say it's doing anything innovative exactly, but it's not it's not forcing in any cliches or anything. It feels like a good movie because it's from a guy who's done some pretty good movies, Scott Cooper, and has a pretty charismatic character actor, Johnny Depp, and yeah, it has a pretty damn good ensemble cast. You got Corey Stoll, you got Rory Cochrane, Dakota Johnson, Jesse Plemons, Joel Edgerton, Adam Scott, Kevin Bacon, Benedict Cumberbatch, all that and more, all together to make this pretty damn good movie. And I'm not gonna make a joke and say that, oh, this is a movie where they try out their best Boston accents or something like that. But no, I mean, this is a pretty good movie. And though at times the movie just feels like it's a summary. It feels like a summary of events rather than just sort of a progressive narrative. I mean, the movie starts out with 1975 when Whitey Bulger is just been released from prison, and he's starting to make his moves on all the other crime families in Boston. But then he gets approached by his childhood friend from who's now in the FBI, and they form an alliance in which Whitey Bulger is pretty much free to do whatever he wants, and he'll provide info to the FBI to bring down the other crime families. And yeah, and he's married, and Whitey Bulger starts out married. He has a son, but then his son gets sick and then dies, and Whitey Bulger's marriage falls apart. And his brother is a big political figure, and he maintains his family ties with Whitey, but at the same time he's also trying to distance himself from as much as possible from Whitey's criminal activities. Yeah, so Whitey he does some crime, he makes himself a big guy in Boston, and then the movie just suddenly shifts to 1981, and Whitey is already big now in Boston, and the FBI, they're starting to notice that Whitey, they're starting to think that maybe Whitey isn't doing as much as Joel Edgerton's character, I forget his name, I'm sorry, but as Joel Edgerton's character says he is. But Joel Edgerton, I mean, it's amazing how in this movie Joel Edgerton's character, who's based on the real FBI agent that was in correspondence with Whitey, how sleazy he can be, but yet try to make himself as charming and nice as possible, and charming and charismatic and nice as possible. And you think, okay, he seems to be a bit of a worm, but I could get a beer with the guy, and I could get a beer with Whitey too. But then, and Johnny Depp, he is so good at downplaying the craziness that comes off of Whitey. I mean, Johnny Depp, he starts off sort of being a bit deadpan at first, but it's just so menacing. It's so menacing how there's a word for it. Dave, what do you call it when like someone is like sort of just being as calm but yet menacing as possible? Is there a word for that? I forget.
Like maniacal, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's not like off the wall. Yeah. I mean, in this movie, Johnny Depp is not off the walls crazy like you expect from other characters he's played. He just seems so good. He just seems so good as coming off as this big fearful crime lord. Yet he downplays it. You know what I mean? He downplays the reputation whenever he's around. He's just coming off as he tries to come off as a normal, nice guy, just trying to make it by. But you know what he does and how he is, and it's just wow. Yeah. The movie. Yeah, it just feels more like a summary of events. The whole movie just feels like a summary of events. Shifts from 1975 to 1981, then to the mid 80s, and just the whole thing of how everything starts out great, but then over the years it starts to fall flat on its ass. I mean, not the movie, just the whole alliance between the FBI and Whitey. It's really, I mean, it's no different than some other crime movies that have come and gone over the years, but it doesn't make it bad. I just think that it's just a good. It just feels like a good movie. It just feels like a good movie, and it feels like a good movie with Johnny Depp. It feels like a good Johnny Depp movie. Probably the best one that there's been in years. And I'll say this right off the bat: Johnny Depp, Oscar winner all the way for this. If Johnny Depp doesn't win the Oscar for this, it's because, whoa boy. And of course, some actors in this movie, like Corey Stoll and Adam Scott, and Dakota Johnson, they just seem like they come and go. You know, there's just in and out. Yeah, they're there to say lines in their most Boston accents, and that's about it. But that doesn't mean they do a bad performance. It's just that you feel like you want to see more of them. And the movie was 2 hours, so that's pretty lengthy. But it also just feels like that there might have been more in here somewhere. And again, Johnny Depp as Whitey Bulger, menacing as hell. Joel Edgerton, sleazy yet charming as possible, and all the other actors really great. They did a really great job. No matter how much time they've had on screen. So hopefully, however this pans out, hopefully we'll see much more movies like this later on, and hopefully we'll see better Johnny Depp roles coming up. But of course, we got Pirates 5 and Alice in Wonderland 2, so might happen sooner or later. But still a good movie, and definitely go see it. Alright, I'm Phil, and that's about it. Thanks.
Sorry about that.
Yep.